I'm clocking in from Auckland, New Zealand. It's 9:30 p.m. at night, and I'm going to have Genmaicha green tea from Japan. Yeah, it's a good bedtime drink. A lot of Japanese people take it at night also. It's got 50% green tea and 50% rice, popped rice. Yeah. So it can be mixed with sencha, bancha, or probably any of the fine green teas that you see or have. These are the popped rice. These are white rice that are roasted, and they are called Genmai. That's the name, but it's loosely called popcorn tea because when the rice is roasting, they pop like popcorns. Right, and so without too much talking, I'll go ahead. So, oh yeah, you see that the white popped rice? Exactly like a popcorn it is. Yeah, I kept two for you to show. Yeah, so a lot of them pop out, as it's called, and don't pop in. So they are good, but the taste of the others is much better. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly heat. I've got water at 95 degrees. I'm going to quickly heat my kettle and my glasses. I'm going to make 2 cups. So what we need is to put 1 teaspoon each of this tea. 1 teaspoon per little cup is more than enough, even for up to about 180 ml, it's fine. But if you want it stronger or you want it more brothy, it's okay. So I'm trying to get this to 95 degrees. I'm sorry, to 85 degrees. So ideally it should be between 80 and 85 degrees, the water temperature. And the steeping time for the first one is usually 2 minutes plus or even 3 minutes. But if you want to have it second round and third round, then for the first steep, we should not go beyond 2 minutes. Okay, now the water's cooling down. And glasses are warm, nice and warm, and I'm going to put in here about 2 teaspoons. And we'll try and do a second round also of this tea. So while we are waiting for this to brew, it'll take about 2 minutes. And so Genmaicha can be taken at any time of the day. Usually it's mixed with Bancha. Bancha is a tea in Japan, one of the green teas. Sencha being the best one. It can be mixed with sencha as well as Bancha, or softer teas, not very hard teas. People take it at bedtime also, and they take it at any other time, whatever suits them. It's because of the rice in it, it's got a sweetish taste, and also it's got a buttery feel to it. It leaves a buttery feel on your tongue. Well, that's what is the ideal thing. We'll see what happens with us today, because This is a new batch I've got, and I have not, so it's starting to brew, and I want to keep this steep for another minute. Yeah. So Bancha, Sancha, and sometimes even Tencha can be added to the brown rice. Sorry, to the rice, white rice that is roasted. The highest quality that is used is called mochi rice, Mochi. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's mochi rice, which is supposed to be the best white rice. Why brown rice is not considered good for mixing with the bancha or sencha tea is because the brown rice is already brown, and when it's roasted, it turns nearly black. It's not very appealing also, and it is considered that white rice has much more aroma and more taste to it. That's one of the reasons why it's mixed. The Japanese farmers and the Chinese farmers, they mostly, even after they've brewed their tea, whatever is left, some of the softer teas they can mix with their salads or rice. So it's nearly 2 minutes now. So I'm going to pour. There's a thing about this pouring of Genmaicha. I'll give this little fellow some tea. It is said that we must pour equally brewed or steeped tea into both, not pour in one cup at a time and then the second. No, it should be done equally. So I'm going to try and do it. So let's go here. The reason being that they should have the same taste. So this is what it looks like. It's a nice golden yellow color. It's quite like gold actually, the color. It's not dark, but it's got that sheen. Do you think they are equally colored? I tried to pour equally. Now let's try and taste it. I'm going to taste it and let you know how it is. To me, this is tasting like yesterday's rice. The rice that I made yesterday, and then I reheat it to have it. Or even sometimes the aftertaste is a bit like, when you scrape the bottom of a rice container. Sometimes rice sticks if you're not using the non-sticking pan or a rice cooker, and in an ordinary pan, steel pan, some rice may stick, and then you scrape it, and there's this yesterday's or even today's, but that aftertaste and a little bit of aroma. So that's what it's like. Second sip. Yeah, this time I took a bigger sip with a slurp, and definitely it is quite like a moisturizer in my mouth, moisturizing my gums. Yeah, so it's really nice. So moving on, I'll just leave this out and we'll get some. For the second brew, we'll get some fresh water. So before I go, I want to show you how the leaves are looking. You can do without the infusion, put it directly also, but then some of the rice will come in your mouth. It depends on if you like it or not. I personally don't. I like to have a smooth tea. So I'm going to now put in straight away 85 degrees. It's about 80. Because I'm going to do only 2 steeps, I'm going to keep this for just under 2 minutes. Otherwise, if you want to do the third steep, then probably the second steep, you should do it even for 1.5 minutes. So, but I'm going to do this again for a little less than 2 minutes, because I'm not planning to do the third steep today. So let me get my fresh glasses here and give this fellow some more. Yeah, so Genmaicha really is a very smooth, soft tea. It's not hard at all. Neither in looking, it's such a pleasant and a very interesting kind of mix. It looks so colorful. It's almost jade in color, this one. And the jade color with the light brown popped rice is amazing. And it smells a little grassy and vegetal when it's not brewed. After steeping, it's almost like rice. Yeah. So when people take it as a pleasure tea, it's great. But there are a lot of scientific things about it which are being researched, and it is said that this tea can help your blood sugar levels, and it is also found to help you in cancer curing, but this is not a fact which is conclusive. So there are a lot of scientific studies and research studies being done all the time, and there is nothing conclusive about it. So really, having it for pleasure is the way to go. That's what I think. Okay, so it's nearly, I think it is nearly time to pour out and see. Again, I'm going to pour it same quantities. Try at least. Oh. So for a minute, let's compare the color of this fresh tea, the second one round, with the first one. If you see, the first one is in fact little more golden than the second one. The color in the second steep in my left hand is not as dark as the first steep. So let me just do a bit of tasting of the second steep. I like to hold the Japanese teas Zen style. Well, that's the way it's meant to be taken. You put it in your mouth, you put a hand under the glass. It's called Zen style. So I've taken 2 sips of this, just with a little gap. And the taste of rice is becoming more and more prominent. And after the rice taste, boiled rice taste, then the tea taste is coming, then the green tea taste is coming. It's not so sweet at this time. Genmaicha tea has a lot of antioxidants. That's one of the reasons why a lot of people in Japan drink Genmaicha, because of the antioxidants and anti-inflammatory effect as well, which has been proven. It is the antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. So the second steep has initially more taste of rice, but followed by a feeling that you've taken green tea, some smooth green tea, and it is full of moisture. I've taken a long sip, one after the other. So 2 long sips I've taken. It's delicious. Believe me, it is just delicious. Right? If you have any questions or would like to get in touch, please do so. Bye for now. Have a great day. Thank you.